Morning, everybody.
Good morning. How
Hope
is
you're well.
everyone? Lovely Saturday morning, and they're up and raring to go.
Yes, we are indeed. It's a beautiful day here in London, and things have been really busy for us, and it's been really good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. The weather's been amazing the last few weeks. The last few weekends, we did two amazing weddings, one last Saturday and the Saturday before, and the weather was so kind to us.
It's been
really
amazing.
lucky.
Very, very grateful because normally in the week it's bit rainy, and we all kind of think to ourselves, don't we, like, oh my goodness, what's it going to be like on wedding day? But we always know that come wedding day, it's always going to be a lovely day, and they've been fantastic. And we've been really loving the fact that wedding season started for us. We're getting the buzz, and we have just been producing some beautiful photos we're really proud of, and yeah.
It's been great, yeah.
It has.
So, we just thought we'd come on and just tell you quickly what we've been up to the last couple of weeks. We've been planning some trips to Somerset.
Really excited about that, aren't we?
Very.
Yeah, so we're going to be going to Somerset. We already are going to Somerset for August.
Yep, for an amazing wedding.
Orchardly. Yeah, that'd be amazing, which we're really looking forward to. And later in September, we are also going to another part of Somerset where we're going to be seeing some vendors out there. So if anybody in the area would like to sort of get in touch with us and send us a link in the description below, we'd love to start networking out there with people. And I'm just really, really excited to be returning back to Somerset.
And we think we may have a date for when we're moving. Well, a month, we think. So December. Yes, all things well and good. And we was hoping to relocate a little bit sooner. But obviously, as you can imagine, wedding season is very busy for us in London. So we thought, let's concentrate on them, and then in our quiet season. So all things well. First week of December, I've got it on my calendar, so that's the aim. So
adios, London.
Yes, so
it's
like
the
last 6 months in London, so we're going to make the most of it.
We're going to get ourselves a to-do list.
Yep,
a bucket list,
they say. Top 10 things we need to do.
Yeah,
we've got a couple already planned, but we'll keep you posted on that.
And anyone in the London area, if you've got any good suggestions or anything, must-do things, again, either drop us a message or put it in the description below, because we've done quite a lot, haven't we?
Well, I've been here for over 40 years.
14 years, wow.
But yeah, one thing, if you know a really, really, really amazing coffee shop in London that I've not tried, do let me know. I've probably tried a few. I've tried Monmouth in Borough Market.
Yep.
Costas
everywhere,
Starbucks
everywhere.
But yeah, if you know an independent, I'm trying to think of other ones but let me know. And if I haven't been to a good coffee shop, then please do let me know, because I don't want to leave London and someone's like,
you must have gone to this coffee shop. We're like, what?
Is it really bad that when I'm looking for areas in Somerset to move to, I'm kind of basing it on local good coffee shops? I found a good one in Taunton, which is one of our top areas that we're looking at moving. I'm like, it's got a good coffee shop. Yeah. Come on.
Some nice looking coffee shop. Very much like our style, nice blush colours, the stuff that we love as well. So could be a new place for us to meet everybody.
Yeah, we do love Taunton. We've spent a few times there. James used to live there as well before I met him.
Short time there. And,
so
didn't really get an opportunity to sort of explore the area itself, but when I'm having a break away from editing the photos, I love going on Google Maps, and I just love having a look around and actually going down the roads and looking for locations. I'm thinking, make a lovely engagement shoot area, and where's the local farmers market and things like that. So it's been great.
Yeah, so it's a good location as well.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Should we move on and discuss today's topic?
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about family formal photos or family portraits, however you want to name it. So obviously, over the years, we do strive to always try and provide the best service, best photography wedding service to everybody. So every wedding we do is different. Every, single one, it will never be the same, but you do sort of find the same things occurring, and every wedding we do, we sit down and we look at what went well, what didn't work so well, how can we improve, what advice can we give, because obviously most couples, we shoot their weddings, it's their first wedding and only wedding, they have no idea, so we do like to sit down and sort of give a bit of advice and some guidelines. It could be tweaked to your reference, whatever it looks like for you guys, but we thought today we'd sit down and give you what we feel works best on wedding day.
For family portraits.
Yes.
When it comes to actual timelines, that'll be something that we will discuss in another episode that we would like to sort of share with you. But today is mainly about the family portraits, because we found that from the amount of weddings that we've done, the family portrait session tends to be the most, I would say, the most challenging part for a photographer. I know some people may say, oh, my photographer was bossy at my wedding and things like that, but that's the only time that we really have to make sure that we get the photos that our clients ask us to get. So we want to talk really about sort of like what our advice is for getting your family sort of formals done.
Yeah, because as James said, you know, for a photographer, if you're given a very long list of family formals and you allocate the time after the ceremony, that photographer might have a massive list, and he was given 45 minutes and now suddenly he's got 20 minutes to do it. So you have to be very firm and try and, you know, we want to get the shots done for you as quickly and as effortlessly as possible so you can go on and enjoy the rest of your day. And as documentary wedding photographers, we don't want to work from a list all day. We don't want to have a list in one hand and our camera in the other. We can't work like that. So we allocate the time straight after your ceremony to do your family formals, and then we would love to take you guys away for your couple portraits. So as James said, it does come down to timelines as well. That works very well together, but we'll do a whole nother live on timelines because it's completely separate.
One of the most important things that we like to tell our couples, which is what we want to share with you guys in today's episode, is because when it comes to doing the family formals, it can be so many times where there is a family member who will disappear and we don't know where they are, and that can spend up to 5 minutes, even 10 minutes trying to find that person. Now, obviously, that will take impact on your timeline with us because that's good. If you've allocated only half an hour and then people are disappearing, we're losing that time, and that's going to make, therefore, we probably wouldn't get the photos at that time of day. So what we advise really is that if your chief bridesmaid or the best man is the person who is responsible for getting everybody together. That way we find, don't we, that people will respond more to the best man or to the listen
more to your guests than they would to us. So it's very helpful if you can allocate, or even like a really bossy aunt or somebody that everybody's going to listen to, you know, if you could allocate them to help your photographers to gather everyone. Because as James said, we will, if you give us a list, we'll tell you a rough timeline of getting them photos, but that's, you know, on the basis that all participants are there.
Yes.
You know, there's Uncle Joe will go off to the bar, so we have to chase him down, and, you know, so each shot can take between 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how many people are in the photograph, obviously. You know, if it's just your parents, that could be pretty quick. But if it's a big family group, you know, we have to chase all them family members down. So, you know, please be aware it does take time. You know, you have to be realistic. So work with your photographer, tell them the timeline you've given them and your shot list. Yes. We always ask, that's the only list we ask for, is your family shot list. We will ask you to be reasonable and realistic with the timeline that you're giving us. And as well, you know, it's nice to have a photograph of every single member of your family, but years to come, are you really going to be looking at, you know, separate aunts and uncles? Bunch them in together, you know, try to bunch people in, all the bride side of the family, all the groom side of the family, try and bunch them in, because we do find after about 8 or 10 max, people do start to get very restless, including the couple. You know, people sort of get a bit irritated and you're chasing things down, and, you know, we want to get it, as I said, we want to get it done as quickly and as effortlessly as possible.
Yes.
And then everyone could just relax and we can take some fun shots, you know, just document the day, which is what we love to do. But we still love to get the family shots for you. We really encourage you to do them.
But to think about the amount of people that you want to do, because we find that after a wedding, you know, maybe sort of 5-10 minutes after everyone's been greeting the bride or the couple, we want to then take you away, because your guests want to kick back, they want to relax, they want to drink, they want to enjoy the day. So think about things for your family formals, for example, rather than have the couple with one person, the couple with a second person, put both people into that photo, and that will save a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously if there's somebody that's very, very important to you, you know, you have like an auntie that has been, you know, brought you up and very, very special to you, then of course have a photograph with them on their own. Of course, you know, it's your day. This is our rough guideline, and this is for you to tweak and personalise to yourself. So we're just going to give you a guideline to work from. But we're not saying like, oh, don't have a separate photograph of this one, that one. That's just your day. As long as you allocate time, you know, we'll photograph family formals for 3 hours if you want. But do you really think that you're going to want to spend that long and your guests that long on the day? You know, of course not. And also as well, we advise, this is our advice, to do the family formals after the ceremony and then your couple shots. And then in the evening, if you did want, say, like, you know, a
college
shot
friends.
with you, with your college friends or work friends, let us know, because we can do sort of 2 or 3 shots in the bar. They're not ones that you're going to be keeping in the family album, you know, but the family, the parents, you know, your siblings, grandparents, these are the nice photos you're going to want in your album. So we do, you know, encourage you to do them straight after the ceremony. The photographer should have allocated a nice area to do it in and get somebody to help, you know, because even with 2 of us, it can be hard work.
Yeah, I mean, recently,
especially if there's a lot of guests.
I mean, it's crazy. If you could, we'll probably make a blog on it or something similar, where behind the scenes. I mean, we recently put a photo up, didn't you, that you took of the lovely bridesmaids outside.
Did you see? Oh, we've been having such fun on Instagram this week. Did you see my Insta stories? We had like the most beautifulest bridal party last week, and I just photoshopped myself in with them. You know,
had to be done.
Yeah,
well,
but
I'm not an expert when it comes to adding things in Photoshop.
But we just thought we'd have a laugh. But yeah, as James said, if you could have seen behind the scenes,
we
I was trying to.
Sorry to interrupt you. We had so many people walking behind us. It's so busy along the Thames. It's a beautiful part, you know. It's great. It's iconic, you know. It's very busy. But yeah, if you could have seen
Saturday
the behind
in London
the scenes.
in summer, there was hundreds of people. And there was people walking up to try and view the menu, and the little girls was running off. So you know, even though the photo looks, you know, effortlessly, seamlessly beautiful, a lot of work went into creating that photo, you know, which we absolutely thrive on. We enjoy it, and we aim to get them photos for you, you know, but we need the time to do it, obviously.
And obviously this is something else that you may need to sort of put a little bit extra into your family formals timeline, because, you know, we may have to wait, we may have to move something or something to make it and give it that lovely clean look. So it's not something that we will just take a picture straight away. Sometimes we can be waiting a few moments. We did a wedding there last week. It was last week.
At the Swan, yes, at Shakespeare's Square.
Time's going so quickly. And where we did the family photos, they were on the stairwell and the gates were closed. So we assumed that, we could get that picture. There's going to be nobody in it. Because it's London, as soon as the couple were standing, we had everyone in place. A member of the public decided to come and stand behind the people. So, you know, at that point, you can't just tell people straight away, can you move? So we had to wait a couple of minutes. So already from your timeline, you've got to take that into consideration. And then we asked them eventually, because we thought, come on, we've got to move on for the timelines. We did have to say, no, I'm sorry, guys, would you please mind moving just for 5 minutes?
Again, that is the only time you should see your photographer sort of in the zone, being firm. And as I said, because we are trying to push the photos to do them as quickly as possible, so we have to be sort of firm and get the job done, you know. It's just, you've got a timeline and you have to stick to it, so that should be the only time you see a sort of bit under pressure. But pressure is good, you know. It's a challenge. We do enjoy it. But you know, I think, as I said, we just want to let couples know you have to be realistic with the timelines that you give us to produce the photos for you. As James said, we're probably going to do a blog on it within the next sort of month or two. We blog every other week, so we can give you something to reference to. But this is our sort of guideline and this is for you to work from. So we're going to say bride and groom. It could be bride and bride or groom and groom, whatever that looks like for you. But we're going to say, so it'd be clearer and easier to tell you, bride and groom with. Okay, so we've got eight shots we think works, and you can tweak and stuff. So first one is bride and groom with bride's parents. That's number one.
However, obviously, if there is an issue with parents, if they're separated, etc. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, that's fine. No, exactly. Yeah. So that's always allocate. This is, as we said, this is just a basic. If you have to take into consideration step parents, which is number two. So if you do bride and groom with bride's parents, and then you do bride and groom with bride's parents, step parents, grandparents, and siblings. Again, as James said, if you've got step parents, if there's any family dynamics, please let your photographers know.
So important. I'll give you an example why. Is because if we were to have 4 people either side of our couple, two couples either side of our married couple, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We may sort of, for example, say to one of the ladies, pop your hand on the shoulder.
Come in close.
You know, come in, why aren't you smiling? And then someone behind us goes, no, don't. It's so important you let us know.
Each other, so we don't, if we don't know, then we can't, sort of help.
Yeah.
So
that's something you need to take into consideration as well. Inform the photographer, so therefore there will be no uncomfortable moments for your day, because the last thing we want to do is stress our couple out, do we?
Exactly. We're very discreet, and obviously if we do know that parents do not get on, and we'll try and work that the best way, that we can. We're very sort of discreet about it. But yeah, do let us know, because otherwise it can be a bit awkward.
Yes.
So as I said, parents, and then your parents, siblings, step parents, and grandparents, and then we could go into all the bride side. So bride and groom with the whole of the bridal side family. So aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, everyone. So, and again, you can imagine if there's a lot of people, that will take a while to sort of get together. And then we do exactly the same again for the groom. So bride and groom with the groom's parents. And then add the step parents, siblings, grandparents, and then add all the groom side. So that's 6 shots. And again, you can tweak it. So obviously, if there's time, if you do both your parents, you can do them both together. So both sets of parents, you can do individual shots. But this comes into how much time you've got and how quick your photographer can work and what you guys want.
And there has been times as well where, because there's the 2 of us, we're able to get, say, for example, a photo of mum and dad. So whilst Kerrie, for example, was doing the mum and dad with the bride, mum and dad, and the groom, I could then take mum and dad aside, get a picture for them. They're the kind of photos that people love to keep and have in their photo albums.
Yeah, and if we've been given, adequate time, we can do that. We've got the luxury to do that. If we've working to a dead timeline and it's very, very tight, we'll just kind of get the shots, the safe shots. If you give us a little bit of extra time, because the wedding's always overrun a little bit, so allocate 40 minutes, for example. Then if you give us 30 minutes, that's great.
Yeah.
So then we've got the luxury to then get your parents on their own, or your grandparents on their own, or something. So because
obviously, as Kerrie said, if we do get if we are short on time and we're rushed, we don't like to sort of we like to show our best quality work, don't we? Where we've been given the time and the photos just look beautiful. So obviously, if you are looking for these lovely, elegant, kind of beautiful photos that we're putting up online, ensure that the time you give the photographers or us the time is so important.
Yeah, time is of the essence, definitely. So that's our top 6, and then whole group shot.
Yeah, now the group shot. Got to think again for where you're getting married. For example, at a busy location in London, you've got to think, are there going to be tourists coming in to photobomb your photo? And we've had that a couple of times when we've had somewhere in Greenwich where we've done a wedding, and I've been up high shooting down at the couple, and I can see a member of the public, because they're not dressed up smart, suddenly appear in the side, and you've got to take a little joke about it all. But on a serious side of it, again, that's something that you may need to take into consideration, because at some point that person will need to go, and if they're not willing to go,
we shoot quite a lot of the Trafalgar Tavern in Greenwich, and the group photo will always have members of the public, because it's a busy pub on the river. So you're going to have members of the public in the background, but that from booking your venue, know that it's if you've booked an exclusive venue out in the middle of Somerset, for instance, then obviously you're going to have the exclusive use, and there's not going to be members of the public. But if you're getting married in central London, you're going to expect, the members of the public to be in the background.
Especially at the peak of summer.
Yeah, exactly. If you're getting married at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday in November, then great. There can be no one around it. But,
sounds great.
So number 7 is your group shot. We do encourage you to get a group shot, because then everybody can feel involved. But this is the one that will take at least 5 minutes, depending on your number of guests. Again, obviously, we've done weddings, up to sort of, well over 200, 250. What was Hayley and Ian's? 300?
Nearly.
I do believe. So we do encourage you to get a group shot, because it's good fun.
Yeah, it's always good, especially for example, a lot of people like to put cover photos on Facebook, and that group shot is always a good fun one that we've seen a couple of times.
Yeah, and then that way, I said, you've got every guest included in your photo, so they don't feel left out. And then number 8 is one of my favourite parts, bridal party. Oh yeah, I love the bridal party. I could spend like an hour with the girls alone. Sorry guys, because James could, James can do the guys. But I love photographing the girls. So do your bridal party. So bride with the bridesmaids and flower girls, groom with his groomsmen, ushers, then whole bridal party together.
Yeah.
excellent. You know, we would love at least 10 minutes to do them combinations, you know, but we count that as one shot. So that's number 8, your whole bridal party. Different combinations would be great. And then that's your group shots done, and then we can go away and take the happy couple away for at least 20-30 minutes would be heaven.
It would be heaven, but if you guys only wanted to put in 10 minutes, that's no problem at all.
Yeah, it's your choice.
But again, take into consideration if there is an area where you and your partner have seen at the venue and you think, I'd love to get a picture there. If it takes time to walk there, I mean, thankfully, you know, being, you know, preferred photographers for Kew Gardens, they're great because in the past, you know, they've popped us on a golf buggy and off we've gone. It's saved a lot of time. Whereas if we had to walk there, that's something else that you would need to take into consideration.
It's a very good thing that James has touched on, because obviously, like places like Kew Gardens, the Swan, some places will have a wedding coordinator, so they kind of run the day. Whereas other times, you know, we don't tend to work with wedding planners, so we are on our own. You know, we've not got anybody.
We tend to be the ones that are actually running the wedding.
Yeah,
because we are familiar with the timelines, and then again, that's kind of when we tend to be a little bit pushy by saying, "All right, just make your way, guys. You've got 10 more minutes, and then you know X, Y, Z."
Yeah, exactly. So work with your photographer, give them, we ask for a timeline sort of, you know, 6 to 8 weeks before, so we can sit down, look at your photo list, look at your timelines, and we can tell you realistically, you know, if it will work, if it won't, and we can work with you obviously to create the best day for you. Exactly. All round. Yeah. So as James said, we'll put it in a blog, we'll write down exactly what we think is a good, this is just like an outline, a template for you to work from, because we take it that you have no idea, you're planning your first wedding, you have no idea what photos you'll need for your family formals. We have been doing so many weddings now, and as Kerrie said at the beginning, every wedding is different, but it's so important that you're working with a specific list, because that will ensure that we can get the photos on the day for you. Yeah, and think about if people have come from afar, people that are really special to you. Yeah, we've had family members that have come all the way from Australia, for example. All over the world. Yeah, we don't know who they are. So again, that's a photo that makes sure that you come and get us or your photographer to let them know before they pack up at the end of the day that they've got that photo, or because you don't want to add that into your family formals, because that's something that's going to perhaps cause more time. So worry about that in the evening. Yeah, you can have a couple of non-formal shots, I said, of an evening. Because I said, friends with shots with your friends, and that it doesn't matter if it's sort of at the bar or somewhere, so it's a bit more relaxed. But your parents and grandparents and cousins, sorry, not your cousins, but like your siblings. Yeah, you want to get really sort of nice formal photos. Your college friends and everyone can worry about them. Yeah, drink at a bar. Cheers. They can sort of be a lot more relaxed, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, so we hope that's been really helpful on the family formals. Yeah. Any questions? We will be popping back to this, so please do ask. We are going to start sending a template out to our couples, so that will sort of help them. Yes. Create their best wedding day. Already got another wedding in, haven't we? Yes, we've always been an amazing week. Yeah, we've got. We've had to turn a couple down as well. We have, yeah. We've had to turn down a couple of weddings. You're leaving it too late, guys. Yeah. We need to get booked up at least a year in advance now for us, which is absolute blessing. I'm so glad that things are really sort of happening the way we wanted things to be for us, for our business as well. Yeah. But we've had people contacting us sort of saying, I'm getting married in 3 months' time. So I'm sorry, we're fully booked. We can't be available for that time. Yeah, so we're very, very limited on availability for the rest of this year. We can maybe take on 1, 2 possibly. And I said this week we've just booked an amazing wedding for Somerset next year, next August, which we're so excited about. But we're not going to say anymore. No, it's a seal. Yeah, we love it. It's such a great. Yeah, thank you for all joining. I can see a few people are on. Good morning. Hope you're all well. Yes, good morning, everybody. And have you noticed that we both got spotty tops? This is the spotted edition. If you can see, it was planned. Yeah. I've been wearing loads of spotty stuff lately. I don't know why. It's nice and funny, isn't it? Yeah. Like we are on that. But if you've been watching our Instagram stories, Kerrie's been doing a few little dances. Yeah, doing our happy dance when we book a wedding. It's got to be done. Not me though, because I can't dance. I've got absolutely no coordination, unfortunately, when it comes to doing dancing. Which is why I just stick to doing the cooking and obviously photographing with you. Exactly. And driving. Yeah. And do you want to tell everyone what we're up to tomorrow? It's our 8-year
wedding anniversary.
It is.
Yeah,
married
we've been married
8 years.
8 years tomorrow.
Where's that time gone?
I know. And to celebrate, well, we kind of, obviously because we're saving for our place in Somerset, ideally I would have loved to have gone away as a surprise sort of flight somewhere like Barcelona or somewhere nice
but
like
we're
that.
being sensible.
We're being sensible. So we're going somewhere else that begins with a B. Brighton!
Woohoo! We love Brighton.
Yeah, it's good. We've been there a good few times since I've been living in London now. We've been there a few times, and we're just going to go out for the day. We've hired ourselves a nice bike where we are just going to have a nice cycle along the seaside. We're going to have a picnic and just relax. And we're going
to,
yeah. And thank you everybody who have sent us anniversary cards.
We really appreciate it. You're all amazing.
We'll be opening them tomorrow when we find somewhere nice and quiet.
We will
to open those and stuff.
Morning, Tracy.
Hi,
can't wait to come and see you soon. We miss you all.
Yes, hello everybody. Give us a little wave. We'd love to say hello to you.
Yes, nice to see people join us.
Yeah. So, being 8 years, every wedding has a theme. Obviously, like your first year, I believe, is paper. And for us, for the 8 years, it's bronze. So, yeah, we thought, didn't we, about what to sort of do and that. And we've got ourselves a nice little idea. Something nice and simple.
What have you brought me? What's bronze? Oh, nice bronze statue. Bronze suntan. We're going away.
Yeah, Somerset. Yeah, so next year, obviously when we are in Somerset, we decided that we're not going to go back to Corfu where we love so much.
Might give Corfu a miss next year because obviously with that move, but we say this every year.
Yes, we might even look down towards maybe going to Cornwall. Or
yes, I really want to have some staycations next year. So if you've got anywhere to recommend in the southwest, Cornwall, Devon, Dorset.
Anyway, does nice coffee.
Nice coffee, top.
We found someone that did nice scones with clotted cream and jam in not Bognor Regis. Lime Regis, yes. Sorry, thank you, darling. That was really nice and yummy. Ice creams as well. And
I love the fact that holiday destinations are all based on food and coffee. Yeah, you've got to get your priorities. Yeah, and
I was about to say as well, fresh fish. I
want to try what's it called? Not paddleboarding. Is it paddleboarding?
I think they call it
stand up.
Yeah, stand up and.
Is it paddleboarding? Let me know what it's called. I really want to try that. I'll probably fall flat every 5 seconds.
It'll be good. Hi, Louise. She's put Sen and Cove. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's always Oz.
Oh yeah, we must.
One day.
Yes, thank you for the invite.
Yeah, I will look that up. Sen and Cove. Yeah.
I'm sure I've been to Sen and Cove before. But we've been to some lovely places down in Southwest, and this is why
is amazing.
We're just so excited to be moving there when we leave London in December.
Yeah,
it sounds strange saying that.
I last 6 months in London.
Yeah, I last 6 months here in central London.
And so so James, as James said, we're in Somerset not next month, August, then September, then probably be back in October to do some house hunting.
Yes, yeah, we're speaking to a couple of people. We were on the phone yesterday, some agencies and things. So yeah, it's all really happening, and we're just really excited.
Yeah, so we'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for joining. As I said, if you've got any questions on family formals, you need any advice or tips, please, drop us an email or message us on Facebook or leave a comment below, and we'll do our best to help you. But we'll do a blog over the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Within the next month or so, to give you it all down written for reference.
Yeah.
Tracy, Weymouth. Tracy, Sam was Weymouth. Yeah. Oh, how long ago was that? Must be about 13, 14 years. Yeah, definitely time to go back. Well overdue family break.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we are going to leave you to it.
Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you so much for joining us on our Facebook Live. Again, don't forget to head over to our Instagram, which is in the description, where we are tending to put up more. Yeah,
we're over there most days.
Lives, little stories and things like that. So, yeah, come over and say hi. And we love saying hello to everybody.
Yeah, and again, if you've got anything that you want us to talk about on next month's Facebook Live, then do let us know.
Yeah.
Happy to discuss anything wedding related, obviously, or photography related, whatever you want to hear.
Yeah, please do. We'd love to hear from you. We love responding to everybody. And we love questions as well that people ask us.
Absolutely. We love everybody to join in.
We're going to go now, guys. So have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so
and we'll
much.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.